I have 3 different wouldn't it be cool if points, and I've recently achieved one of them. The creator of Banjo-Kazooie soundtrack helped create the main theme for Paperclay. I will go into that soon, but first I want to address the lack of videos in the past 7 months. The first half of 2024 has been very stressful for me. As you know, I work as a freelancer in order to give myself a proper salary to be able to fund Paperclay. This is my way of not putting as much economical pressure on my own games and relieving some stress on that part. In short, I had some freelance gigs lined up that fell through in the last minute because they weren't ready, and what was left was short contracts, which then led me to take on multiple projects at once in order to build up a pile of money. So there were about 3 months, or maybe 4, where I barely could find time for Paperclay, and at one point I got accepted into the OTK Expo showcase, so I also had to finish a trailer and a new demo. To say that this was a stressful phase would be to put it lightly. In the middle of all this stress, I realized that I had a bunch of footage that's been doing pretty good on social media, so I had an idea what would grab the attention in a trailer. But I had a few points I needed to get across in this new trailer. While showcasing the new song, I wanted people to know that there would be voice acting in the game. There have been people that had no idea, so therefore in the beginning I made sure someone was talking. I'm not going to break down the entire trailer, but I used the song as a foundation and I tried to fit in the different sections throughout the pacing of the song. For example, the unfolding paper bridge and also some environment variations to show what kind of adventure you're up for. Okay, I almost forgot to talk about how the song came to be. This is not one of those stories where a legendary composer was banging on my door for months until I finally let him in and now we're best friends. It's close, but not really. So the song was a collaboration between Stephen Mellon and Grant Kirkhope. They know each other and have collaborated before, so I was chatting with Stephen and he said, I had Grant over for barbecue last night and I think it would be a great fit for Paperclay. And I replied, I've heard his name before, but sure, if you guys feel inspired, I'd be happy to see where this leads. And this totally accurate story is almost how it went. They were true professionals and I'm overjoyed with the results. Please let me know in the comments what you think of the song. With the limited time I had for Paperclay in this stressful phase, I had to split between the trailer and a new demo. I knew I wouldn't be able to make an entirely new demo, but a lot of the updates had been done to the game in general. And while working on other levels, I kept looking back at this first real level I finished. I wasn't happy with it since the pacing and structure got improved as I made new levels, so I had this opportunity to quickly go over the old demo level and make sure I was proud of it. It will be early in the full game, so it was extra important that it held a standard I was happy with. Now it feels really good. There are some characters, some interesting reveals, and some great platforming with secrets here and there for those that want to explore. In the past months, stop motion tests have been doing numbers on social media. It's been fun, but also a challenge. While some are divided on if they like it or not, there are also those who get motion sick, tweaking the intensity to find a spot where it's still visible and doesn't feel like it's lagging to the point where people stop playing. It's been difficult to balance. I tried to have the effect on the main character, but when people played with this, they didn't like it at all, and I think I'll just have to trust the inspirations on this tearaway. The main character doesn't have this. I'm sure they've done research on why that's a bad idea, and I'm just going to go with that choice as well. So shout out to Tearaway. So leading up to the OTK event, I looked at my Steam page and I knew I had to do something. There would be a lot of new eyes on it and I had to at least try to stand out. In my previous version, I had taken a lot of inspiration from Omni and their page, and now I felt I had a detail that was more in line with the Paperclay visuals. So I added paper edges. Honestly, I was so proud of this, and then one day getting a shout out from CodeMonkey and Chris that I had done a good job really made my day. It's not perfect. They brought up good points that I still need to address to this day, but if you want to support Paperclay, make sure to wishlist it and the link is down below. I appreciate it a lot. A bonus is if you send it to a friend that you think would like it. When I think of Paperclay as a finished game, there are a few angles that I plan to bring up to hopefully get the attention of people. One of them is that it's a game you can finish over a weekend. It's it's not gonna be a 20+ hour game. While obviously I don't have the total playtime yet, I do hope it will land around 5 hours for a casual playthrough, and maybe a few more to 100% the game. And the point I'm trying to bring up is that I've been thinking about B-side or remix versions of the linear levels in the game. Right now where my head is at, there'll be a challenging platformer level. It won't be mandatory to complete them in order to finish the game, but they are a part of the path to 100%ing the game. Please let me know what you think about B-side levels in games. I don't know if you'll unlock them by finding a secret or 100%ing that world you're currently in. Time will tell. I will test around a little bit, see what feels right. But I do appreciate your input on this. I don't want to make this video too long or too personal, but I think it's healthy to acknowledge that everything goes up and down throughout the development, especially in a longer project like Paperclay. It's my biggest project and I wouldn't be upset if this is where I peak in my career. Psych, I plan on making cool stuff for a long time, and hopefully Paperclay is just the start of that long journey for me. I appreciate all your support, I see your comments, and it's very motivating. Have a great day. Goodbye.